sign says Swainsboro, Georgia. It's been a while since I've spoken to you guys, so I thought I would talk to you while I'm en route from Savannah to Atlanta. Hold on one second. Can y'all hear my GPS? I thought I turned it off. But anyway, it said there's a speed trap ahead, and these country po-pos, they really don't play. So let me bring my cruise control down. So guys, I wanted to talk to you really, really quickly about, let me stop lying. It might not be so quick. Hey, Lisa. But yeah, my team as well as myself, and you guys, y'all are inspiring this Facebook message, all right? And this is a lesson that many people are going to have to learn the hard way. I had to learn it the hard way, but I want to know, and I'm going to be asking this question throughout the broadcast, do you think that wealthy and knowledgeable people, hey Ivana, do you think that wealthy and knowledgeable people should help others out, like on a one-on-one basis for free? I want to know really, like, do you think that? Because I hear so many people say, oh, they should give back, or criticize even how a wealthy person decides to give back. Like, I've heard so many people say, oh yeah, Oprah has a school in Africa, but what about a school here? And I'm just like, where's your school? My dude. Ivana said, no. That's funny. Only because I agree with you, but I'm going to get into it. My mom would call me exactly as text Gma and tell her I'm doing a Facebook Live, please, son. But yeah, you know, the key is when it's free, you don't pay attention. Come on. He who pays attention. And let me tell you something that's even more profound than that, which that is 100% true. And I didn't like that when I was broke, because I was like, yeah, but if I don't got money, how am I gonna give you money to tell me how to make money? That doesn't make sense. No, it actually does make sense. The answer is in the problem, right? The answer is in the question. I don't have money. How can I pay you if I don't have money? The answer is to get money, right? Well, how do I get money? There's your genius. There's your problem to solve. You want to pay somebody to tell them so they can tell you how to get money, but really everything you need is within you. So once you figure out how to get money to pay them, then they can tell you how to get more money, how to explode your results, right? And I'm telling you guys, even more profound than that is the fact that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Listen to me good, y'all. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. There are so many people who get in my inbox and they will ask me questions like, I know I have a purpose, and I'm not making fun of anybody, okay? But I really want y'all to get this. I know I have a purpose and I want to do something great in my life because I don't like what I'm doing right now, but how do you get the confidence to do it? Seems like a good question, right? Because I had that same question in 2013, 2014. I was like, David Iwanite, you're telling me to do this stuff, but how? How am I supposed to do it? And I would always expect him to do like a Shakespearean, you know, what do you call that thing? I would expect some long diatribe and a thesis type answer. And he would always give me these one-liners. And I'd be like, that didn't help nothing. And he'd be like, feel the fear and do it anyway. And I'd be like, what the? That's all you got, Mr. Multi-Millionaire? In my head, because of course I wouldn't say that to him directly. I was just like, yes sir, thank you so much. Then I hang up and be like, that didn't help. But really, it did help. And that was one of the reasons why when he asked, do you want me to be your coach? I was afraid to answer yes, because even though I really wanted him to, I knew I wasn't ready. And I knew that he was on a level that I wasn't on. So therefore, I knew that our communication would kind of be off. Meaning I knew that he would give me great advice. I didn't know if I would be able to receive it. But I said yes, despite knowing it, you know, I wasn't really comfortable in the yes, simply because I knew if I ever wanted to get to his level, I needed to be in communication with him. Even if I didn't understand what the heck he was saying or agree with him at all, right? So y'all, I'm on this like super duper Uber. If you've ever been on, if you've ever traveled from Savannah to 16, you know it is the most country road ever. There's nothing but cows and trees and straight roads. So y'all, I promise you I'm good. So what is Lisa saying? No. Hey girl, I always love listening to you. I really appreciate it. So this is the deal, guys. I'm gonna just go with you. Be careful driving. I could show you the street that I'm on. It's not a street, but that would be dangerous. This is my little Honda. Not my little, but my Honda Accord has a perfect dashboard to hold the phone. So right where it is now is perfect. And I wish there was something. That's why I joined the Facebook Live, so y'all can entertain me. Otherwise, I would fall asleep on this road, which is really dangerous. Really dangerous. And my son is in his own world. So listen, guys. Here are some of the inbox messages I get. So I told you the main one I get is people are like, how do I get the courage to do what it is I want to do? And how do I find out what it is I'm supposed to do? So and see, my answer to this, I used to give those long answers that I was looking for from Mr. Monite. Now I give very short answers, because here's what I've realized. For me to answer those questions, and I'm gonna be honest, when I do stuff, I'm still not 100% confident all the time. I'm still not sure. As you guys have seen my journey evolve, you know, I've started with one thing and it has, you know, blooming onioned into many other things, into a few other things. I could not have known that from the beginning of my journey. So a lot of this stuff is, you know, going in alignment with the Proverbs. Take the first step, and the world, the path, the journey will unfold before you, right? You don't have to know what the ending looks like. Just focus on the start and keep going, right? You better have passion. That is true. You better have passion, but you better also have common sense. Because I've seen a lot of people follow their passion, and it's just like, okay, if you have passion and you're only going to do something that you're passionate about, I'll tell you this: you better do your passion at a premium. You better do your passion at a premium. So, for example, let's say you make beads. You like, I just love the solitude and tranquility when I get my little needle and my little string and my colorful beads. They all look like jewels, and I just sit in my corner with my magnifying glass and my lamp, and I have Sade going, and I love. Okay, that's fine. Like, say you make waist beads, right? And they turn out beautiful. That's fine. However, everybody making waist beads, right? And waist beads are not. It's not like they're beads on a string. So what makes your waist beads different from everybody else's? Now let's say your beads were harvested from the depths of I don't know, a beautiful ocean, right? And somebody with no arms crafted the beads with their feet. You know what I'm saying? Not to make fun of none of these people, but you know what I'm saying? Say it was something like that, and you're like, so for that reason, I charge a premium. Or you had a great story, or you had great marketing. Some of y'all could have, if you had a, like, it can't just be a passion is my point. It better be a passion with a dang on strategy. Okay? Because if you're doing something that you're passionate about, but the marketplace does not put a lot of value on that product or service, then you better have a heck of a marketing plan. All right, you better have Megan Thee Stallion with your waist beads on the new cover of Sports Illustrated or something like that. Now everybody gonna be like, "Ooh, I like her waist." She be like, "Waist beads, courtesy of Yvette Gray beads," you know. And then that's totally different. You good, but if you just passionate, let me tell you, you gonna be passionate and still poor. But the passion will keep you going in those times when you're not profitable. So passion is important. But I'm going to tell you right now, I keep my answers very, very, very short in the inbox, because I realize all the years that it took me to get to the point of where I am, I can't compress those down into a Cliff Notes version and give them to you in the inbox. So I hate to say that some of those questions are really pointless, but they actually are. And that's why it wasn't making any sense when David E. Monetier would respond to me, because it's something you have to experience. It is not something someone can explain. No one can shortcut your process. So when I'm talking to my team, and I spoke to one of my teammates today, and she was just saying, hey, I'm having an issue here because I'm talking to people, and this is I'm super proud of this teammate. I don't want to put her on blast unless she gives me permission, but I'm super proud of her because, it is, it's difficult when the person who brought you into the business takes a break or pauses or checks out, and you decide to go on without them. And that's what happened to me, and that's how I started to work directly with David E. Monetier when we were in Organo Gold. The person who brought me into the business, I think it was only like 6 months, and she was gone. And so I collapsed up to Mr. E. Monetier, the superstar of the freaking company. I lived in Savannah, he lived in Texas, we weren't close. He didn't know me, I didn't know him. Everybody was like, he's not going to help you, he's too big, you're not profitable, you don't have no team, there's no reason for him. Everything that people told me he was not. He did help me immensely. When I called, he picked up the phone. He didn't waste no time now, shooting the breeze. Couldn't give him my excuses, couldn't give him my sob story, but he was extremely helpful to me, and he didn't have to. He did not have to, because he sure didn't make no money off of me. That's not to say I didn't try. It's just to say he didn't make no money off of me like he made off of some other people, okay? But I learned a lot from him, and I studied voraciously. I studied how he communicated with me, how he communicated with other people. And so when I came over to where I am right now, and everything that I do right now, I still ramble at times. However, I seek to be succinct. I seek to be succinct. If you schedule a one-on-one consultation with me, I don't just get on there and be like, hey, what you want to know? No, there's a pre-consultation where I'm like, what do you want me to address in this time frame? Because if you paid for 30 minutes, somebody scheduled a 30-minute today. If you paid for 30 minutes, but you got 67 questions, well, baby, we need to talk about that. Because unless you want me to get on there and talk like this and double feet, then we're not going to make it. I'm not going to be able to cover everything that you're asking for. So I need to set those expectations, and I need to do my research beforehand to make the best use of your time that you paid for. Because I'm not spending 15 minutes of your 30 shooting the breeze, getting to know ya. No, I tell you when the time starts, and I tell you when the time stops, and I make the best use of your time. Now, how can you make the best use of your time? Because I'm telling you, most of y'all don't even have a problem with your inbox. Because ain't nobody asking you nothing. Because you haven't showed the world that you know nothing. I'm just going to be honest with you. If you cannot relate to this question, and you don't have your inbox is not blowing up with situations that you're like, how do I deal with this? It's because you have not established to the marketplace that you have value. That's a problem. If you want money, that's a problem. What's up, Thomas? What's going on, brother? And Caroline. I saw Carolyn come in too. What's going on, Carolyn? But yeah, if nobody's asking you nothing, it is going to be hard for you to get anything from anybody. Somebody asked me that the other day. Hey, how did you start your consulting business? And I'm not being mean, but let's be real. It doesn't matter how I started consulting. It doesn't matter, because it has nothing to do with you. I assume that by you asking me that, you want to know how to start your own consulting business. So my question to her was, what do you have to offer of value? Or if I go to your page right now, will I see something that, number one, tells me what your expertise is, and number two, makes me want to pay you? And she was like, no, because I haven't published my results yet. Okay, so then why are we talking? Why are we talking? Let me tell y'all how you can really get somebody of value to answer you back with a valuable answer. Do the work first, then bring them the result and say, how can I do better? See that? Do the work first, then bring them a result and say, how can I do better? I started enjoying my business a lot more when I stopped having hypothetical conversations with my teammates. I'm telling you. Do not have hypothetical conversations. Meaning, if somebody comes to you and they're like, so say what if this in the event? No. We're not going to talk about that. Tell me. We're not going to go down the long yellow brick road of what to do if this happens. No. Tell me what actually happened, and let's start from there and tweak going forward. You have to establish those boundaries with people. Otherwise, they will drive you crazy, because there's a myriad of possibilities as to what can happen in any given situation or scenario. You can't tell somebody how to have confidence. You know why? Because the only way that you can have confidence is by doing something and then making it to the finish line. Even if you suck, which you will at first, because everybody sucks at first. Okay? So you have to actually do something, and just knowing that you did it, even though you weren't confident, that gives you the confidence. Nobody can say a prayer over you and you have confidence. Nobody can lay their hands on you and make you fearless woman of the 2021. No. You are only scared of the unknown. Please understand me. You are only scared of the unknown. When you were a child, why were you scared of the monster in the closet? Why were you scared of the dark? Because you couldn't see. And so you thought the dark was obscuring, was hiding a monster. You're only scared of what you don't know. So how do you get unscared of something? You start to know it. Meaning you have to do it. So I now know that I can't help anybody when they say, I'm just scared to do a Facebook Live. I'm just scared to do this. I'm just scared. I already know I cannot help them. And until they do the work on their own, until they do the personal development, until they go to the seminars, until they start hanging around higher quality value people, they're not going to feel, even if they have the passion, they're not going to feel empowered to go ahead and go out there and do it on their own. So the conversations in my inbox are very, very short. Another thing I've noticed in the inbox, a lot of times people will come to your inbox to bypass paying you. My inbox is so flooded with different types of questions. Yes, personal development is huge. Yvette, let's talk about that right quick. Personal development is so huge, guys. And it is ongoing. It never stops. You would think that a multimillionaire many times over would not need personal development because they've already arrived, yeah? Right? Yes? No. They go to personal development exponentially. If you're paying $1,000 a year for personal development, the multimillionaire is paying $100,000, maybe even more. Easily. They're doing more personal development. Because each one of them will tell you that as you hit an income milestone, there's a fear. What if I lose it all? How did I get here? What if this? What if that? So they need even more personal development. The hardest dollar to make is your first dollar. After that, you're just multiplying your efforts and staying on the path and in alignment with people who have bigger results than yours. Personal development is so key to me that as soon as outside opened back up, I was where? I was in Miami, Florida in April. I didn't go anywhere for May. June, I went to Atlanta for the Circle of CEOs conference. Here we are in July, and I'm driving from Savannah to Atlanta tomorrow. I catch a flight to Orlando with Candy B to the I Believe conference in Orlando, Florida to see Mr. Imonite, my mentor from afar for the last few years, and the guy who really got me started on this path back in 2013, 2014. His I Believe conference is amazing. And as a single mom, this is a lot for me to orchestrate. This is a whole lot for me to orchestrate. Got my son right here. Luckily, his father agreed to watch him. So I'm going to drop him off in Atlanta, go get my hair did, go to a hotel close to the airport tonight. Me and Candy will jump on the flight, fly down to Orlando tomorrow, fly back on Monday. Then I have to go pick him up from his dad's. I can't do all of that. When I come back on Monday, I can't drive back to Savannah. I know I need my rest, so I'll pay for another hotel. That's a lot to organize and orchestrate. And there was even more than that. Why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because the sacrifice is what gives me the guts to charge y'all what I charge y'all. And when I come back from this conference, my consultation rates go up. Why? Because all the money I'm spending right here is for the value that these people are going to pour into me. As I become more valuable, so does time with me. And if you don't think the same thing about yourself, then you need personal development. You need to start going some different places, seeing some different things. We got a black tie, and the ticket alone to this event was what? $800? Just the ticket. Not the hotel, not the flight, just the ticket was $800. And that's pretty much, now of course I charged it on my credit card with my rewards and my points, and it's a tax write-off because it is for my business. But still, you know, I don't go to cheap places. I don't hang out with cheap people. And that's why I'm comfortable not charging cheap prices. And that's the same thing I tell my team. So when they say I'm struggling because this person told me they really want to lose weight and they're committed, but they haven't bought yet, I had to tell a teammate today, then they're not committed. I don't care what you say. You don't tell me what you want with your mouth. You tell me what you want with your money. Yes, you do. You know how many people say, I want a consultation with you? Cool, girl, thumbs up. It's only when I see that invoice come through that says paid, that I'm like, okay, you want a consultation. I see you. It's only then. People lie all the time. Some of them do it on purpose, but most of them do it unknowingly. They're just in a habit of lying and making excuses. I'm like that at times myself. I'm late to my hair appointment right now, and I'm just like, and I you know, was like, dang it, Kim. Well, you're doing the best you can. And then I had to say, no, Kim, that was not your best. You could have been on time. Luckily, my hairdresser understands that I'm coming all the way from 3.5 hours away, but I had to not lie to myself and say, you could, you know, reevaluate yourself. You could have done better, right? But people lie all the time, guys. You gotta understand it. Some of you have stood before an altar, before your family and friends, and made a covenant with God and your spouse and said, till death do us part. Right? And then a few years later, for some of you a few months later, maybe the other person was like, I want a divorce. And you were like, huh? But I'm not dead yet. They don't care. They still like, deuces, I'm out, right? They lied. It wasn't until death do them part, right? It was only until you made them sick, right? Until they got tired of you. That's what they really meant. I do take this woman, this man, until they get on my nerves. That's really what they meant. But, you know, you can't rely on a person's words. You have to watch their actions. And the majority of people that ask me for one-on-one help, usually, I hate to say it, they come to me letting me know ahead of time that they are going to waste my time. Because if I just click on their name and I look on their page, I can see that what they're telling me that they want is not in alignment with the actions and what they displayed on their page. So it makes, and I want you to do that, and I don't want you to have any issues. I don't want you to have any issues, because like attracts like, right? So I'm on this journey. Many of you are on your own journey as well, right? I don't have a lot of people that post world star fighting, you know, videos on their pages following me. I usually have people that have a good mind or a good head on their shoulders. They're going somewhere. They're trying to do something. So I'm telling you right now, if you have not already encountered this, you will encounter it. People will get in your inbox and say, I got a question right quick. Don't be afraid to tell them that's what my 30-minute consultation is for. That's the quick question package. The inbox is not a way to bypass payments. Okay? Don't let people emotionally blackmail you either into helping them. This is something that I used to struggle with. People would be like, oh, so you don't want to help me out now that you done got to where you want to be. First of all, I'm never where I want to be, because success is a moving target for me. There are some goals that I've hit, and I thought, you know, the sky would open and money would pour down once I hit this goal, because I'd be rich. And then I got there and I found out it's not as much money as I thought. Still need more. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't work like that. I'm never where my goal is always moving. That's the first thing. The second thing is you don't dictate to me what my community service is, baby. I have literally hours upon hours upon hours of content on my YouTube channel. Currently the name is Better Body Crew. I've been toying with the idea of changing it, but I have so much content on my YouTube channel where I'm breaking down my trials, my tribulations, my struggles, tons of wisdom that I've paid for, and I give to you for free. And what people want to do is they don't want to curate that information. Instead, they want to just call me up and be like, quick question for you, which is never a quick question, by the way. Beware of the people who say quick question. They're lying. It's like when I come on here and be like, I'm gonna do this video right quick. It's always like a 30-minute video, right? I don't mean to lie, but it just happens. Y'all be getting me rolling. But yeah, those people want to call you and they want you to spoon feed them the information. Why? Because they don't have time to watch the video. So they want you to use your time to save them time. Wake up. Think about what I'm telling you. Digest this. Put this in your belly and get full on it. A person who needs you will want anytime access to you. They will want you to waste your time in order to help them save their time. Did you catch that? Because once I caught that, I was like, oh, heck no, sucker. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. My son is looking at me all crazy. Did you catch that? See, you gotta, and David and Benicia told me, he said, don't just look at what a person says. Pay attention to what they are saying. The words that are coming out of a person's mouth, that's what they say. But there's an underlying meaning. There's a meaning to the words they use and the questions that they're asking you. What are they really saying when they say this to you? When they say, I don't want to watch everything you already given. I want to just be able to access you whenever I want. What are they saying? They're saying they don't value your time. And you're a fool if you fall for that. And once I understood that, it freed me from the emotional blackmail that some people were trying to use on me. You see that? What's going on, coach? And you got to get this, guys, because once you have a taste of success, you're going to want everybody to taste it, because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. You want some? And people are going to be like, yes, I want some. And you're going to be like, come get it. And they're going to be like, no. They're going to want you to place it upon their tongue like a Catholic priest giving you communion on Sunday morning. Can you just, you taste the success? I wanted to, keep your hands on the wheels. I know. This is, I promise you, my car is aligned, and this is the straightest, most country road in the world. Coach, you missed my disclaimer. If I weren't talking to y'all right now and doing this, I'd be falling asleep. So y'all are really helping me. But no, guys, you got to understand this, because when you taste success, you're going to want other people to taste it too. But they have to participate in their own rescue. And if you do not get this, you will be trying to drag too many people, and it's impossible. Your back will break, literally. I know some people, and I know what the word literally means. I mean literally. You will get pains in your back because you are emotionally taking on the weight of someone else. Your team, your customers, your clients, your students, your whoever. You're emotionally taking on their baggage, and it will physically manifest in your body. Because everybody has to run their own race at their own pace. Everybody has to learn how to deal with their struggles in a healthy manner. Not shirk them off on somebody else who they perceive to be stronger. No. So I'm telling you right now, if you try to take on other people's crap and you allow them to make you feel bad, you're going backwards. And that is a clear sign.
What is that?
That was a piece of rubber that car just kicked up. See, I told y'all I had my hands on the steering wheel. It just sounded loud, but
That's scary.
the car looked like it was going to go to the side, and then it just decided, nope. Yeah, and if it had stayed there, I know, right? Wow. So, y'all, that when you're, what was I saying? When you're talking to somebody like that and you're feeling feelings of bad, like I should help them, I should do this, I should do that, it is a clue that you're talking to the wrong person. Please, it's not a clue that you should help them more. It's a clue that you should disconnect from them. Okay? Because now what they're doing is they are draining you. You need somebody who's going to help fill you up. Do you get that? That's why I'm going to this conference, because I'm going around like-minded people who can help replenish me. And I need this shoot. I mean, it's to the point right now where my struggles and challenges are so plentiful. I need this replenishing like once a month, because this is a very lonely journey. Your family's not going to understand. Your friends not going to understand. Your neighbors sure ain't going to understand. Okay? So you've got to go around people who understand, so they can let you know you're not alone. Here's how I got through it too. And they can do it from a place of not hosting a pity party for you, but from a place of empowerment. I did it, you can do it too, and you're going to do greater than that because of blah, 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 blah. And the greater the sacrifice, the greater you're going to respect your process, and you're going to demand that others respect their own too. So when people come in your inbox now, you have no problem addressing them in a very succinct manner, straight to the point. It doesn't require, because you really think you're doing something when you sit on the phone and talk to a person for an hour, don't you? You really think you're doing something. You really think you changed their life. You think you are Yalavanzan. Yes, you do. I know you do. You really think you're doing something when you type out a Facebook message the length of the entire book of Little Women, don't you? You really think you're doing something. But you're not. It's falling. You're giving good seed, and it's falling on bad soil, because they have to do the work on their end. Okay? It's a marathon and a race. Tell them, you know I be trying to. My back, okay? My back has, I totally understand that. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you that you can either go forward with the people that you are meant to be around, or you can go back with the people who will drag you down. And they don't mean to. It doesn't make them bad people. But you are trying to be a teacher to a student who's not ready. And you can tell somebody is ready by the quality of their question. Again, I tell you, if somebody comes in your inbox and they want to know how to do something they've never done before, that's not for you to answer. But if they come to your inbox and they see that you have demonstrated, that's another thing. If they don't even know who to address the question to, that's a clue as well. I have some people that come in my inbox and ask me about stuff, and they'll be like, hey, I wanted to ask you about forming a nonprofit. When have you ever heard me talk about a nonprofit? The answer would be nunca. Never. Because I don't know anything about a nonprofit. Oh, I just thought you knew. What? I don't know everything about everything. So, that's just a person who's just shooting in the dark. I see Kim talking about stuff. Let me ask about nonprofits. Huh? I don't know about nonprofit. I don't know about some of this stuff that y'all. So if you don't even know who to address your question to, some of y'all though, I'm just a people person. I like to help people. Somebody asks you about nonprofits, you go Google it, do the research, and come back and tell them, hey, so in answer to your question, up here acting like a dang on secretary. And then mad because nothing on your to-do list gets done. Don't do that. Don't do that. Learn to filter fast. And MLM, network marketing, some of y'all call it a pyramid scheme. This profession that I am a part of, that's one of the biggest takeaways I've gotten from MLM. I learned to filter fast. Because everybody will tell you they want a sexy body. They want to be snatched to the waist. Their body snatched to the arms. They want a bikini body, a beach body. Everybody wants the body. But the facts is, guys, they don't. They just saw their ex and they hated that they were wearing a muumuu. And they had a quick emotional seizure. And they reached out to you because they know you're the weight loss girl. But when it comes time for them to pay, they're gonna be like, it can wait. So you gotta learn to filter fast. People jump in your inbox and they ask you for help. Evaluate if they're asking the right person, if they are ready for your help, and pay more attention to what they say with their money instead of their mouth. How do you start a consultation business? It's simple. When you tell people stuff, and when they ask you for clarity and clarification, and they say, so how do I do that? You say, my rate is, I'm glad you asked. My rate is, and come up with a number. Kim, how do I come up with the number? Just come up with it. Y'all, literally, when I started charging, I was about to charge $20 for the hour. Because I still have somewhat of an employee mindset, in my subconscious mind. And I was like, a whole hour, what can people afford? Well, shoot, $20 an hour is good. And I'm so happy that I'm a part of high-level mentorships, because before my silly butt put that on the dang on Facebook and on social media, one of my mentors was like, you're crazy. Go back to your spreadsheet that you keep of all the personal development that you've invested in yourself, tally up your total, and at least charge them like 1 to 3% of what you've invested in yourself in the last year. See? That's the power of tapping into someone. Again, once you invest in yourself, you're not going to be scared to tell others to invest in you too, right? And then that's where I came up with my rate. And so far, I started charging, what was it, May? I started charging May. It's been a very, very short period. Yeah, it was May. I started charging in May, and I raised my prices. I raised my prices in June, and I will be raising them again in August, on August 1st. The more I invest in myself, the more I cost. But guess what? I cost more because I save you more. I just posted today that someone who has been tapping into me for the consumer education, she just got refunded a $49 fee that she should have never been charged. And how did she know to ask for it and what to say? Because we're having conversations about the USC laws, about consumer education, about the FDCPA, about the truth in lending, about so many things that you don't have the time to research. But you know what I do all day long, all night long? I read and I study. I read and I study all day, all night. Shower speaker, pillow speaker. You think I double speaker? 2 headsets. I got 2 headsets, 2 of the same headsets. When one dies, the other one is on standby, baby. I put the other one in, charge the other one, keep it going. I can't be stopped, right? All day, all night, I study. This stuff gets me high because it empowers me, and I know it's information I can pass on not only to you guys, if you'll allow me to, but also to my son. And this is information that he is going to pick up where I left off, not where I started, and be empowered. So this woman who's in my consumer education group, she got back $49. Hey, what's going on, Dr. Richardson? She got back $49 because she was unjustly charged. And many of you are unjustly charged too, but you don't even know because you don't have time to look for it. And even if you do see it, you don't even know how to fight it. You don't even know the laws. You don't know what to say. You don't know how to say it. You don't know. But using the information I shared with her, she got back $49. And that's only one of many things she's been able to do. But some of y'all don't want to pay me $100 because y'all think y'all making me rich. I spent $100 at the dang old baseball game last night for my son, buying him Bananas hat, banana finger. Y'all thought I was lying. Banana finger and banana stuff, Savannah banana stuff. So your $100 is not making me rich, but I have to put some type of price tag on there, so y'all put some respect on my name, some respect on my time, so that you show up, right, and that you're ready, because I'm gonna give you the goods, and you got to know that too. So how do you start a consultation business? You just start it. If you don't like it, and I will tell you this, don't start cheap, because if you start at $20, it's hard to make that jump now to $100. They're like, wait, you just 5x the price. Oh, is that right? Yes. But when you start higher, it's easier to make those larger jumps. And you will filter out the funk. People with funky attitudes, people with funky time management, people with funky everything. I'm sorry to say that, but then again, I'm not. The easiest way not to become a part of the funk is to level up. And if you're offended by what I say, then I know you're funky, right? Because a hit dog will holler. Nobody who's of value ever gets offended by what I say when I talk about people who are not of value. That's just facts, like the kids say, facts. All right? So anyway, y'all, that's all I had to say for now. I'm going to let my son be DJ Sonny Son, because that's what he likes to do. He's a great DJ when I'm on the road. And we're going to dance and have a funky good time. I'll talk to y'all later. Let me know if this was helpful. If you struggle with addressing people in the inbox because you're such a good people person, let me tell you something. If you're truly a people person, you will make people do for self. You will not do it for them. And you will not try to help those who are not ready to be helped yet. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of their time. It's just a waste all over. All right? Well done. Oh, thank you. I have Dr. Richardson's stamp of approval. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm so silly. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.